How's it going, everybody? What a fucking song this is. Holy shit. Going from standing to sitting streams kind of messes with me a little bit because I gotta move some shit around and oh, the logos got all fucked up. Ah, damn it. Hold on a second, everyone. I'm using new graphics. We tried to fix them, but they didn't fix all the way. I can't do it while I'm online. Shit. Oh well, just gonna have to look as it is for now, folks. Sorry. All right, we'll try it out. We're just gonna do it as it is. We'll go to screen right away, actually. I know that one looks good. Whoops. Yeah, I've got a lot of icons and random shit. Sorry. All right, how's everybody doing? So my last day of work for 2 months today. I'm excited because I'll be with you guys a lot more, actually. It's going to be kick-ass. We're going to do a lot more streaming. We're going to hang out. Whoa, that is not in tune. I have not played this guitar in some time. It is a little angry with me, so we're going to have to tune it up. All right. Hopefully everyone's had a good week. I have had a okay week. It was the last week, but if anybody that's ever worked in education will tell you that the last week, it makes you earn, usually makes you earn every damn dollar on your way out the building. So for the summer, and that's what we're doing. All right, kick-ass, Seabass. Now we'll crank that up a little bit. All right, that'll do. How's it going, Chazman? Tomas, nice to see you. Brain Dead, nice to see you. Probably going to be, I don't know, the streams have been slower. They've been slower Fridays, and I couldn't give a shit, to be honest. I don't care. It's nice hanging out with whoever's here, just playing some guitar. The streaming schedule is going to change over the summer. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit more, I'm a little more available, I guess you could say. Oh, wow. This is... Why does it look so weird? All right. I know what I did here. Okay. Still getting used to this desk. So this is the Ubersonic from Mercurial Audio. It's pretty sweet. I like it. So far, I've only demoed it for a little bit. Not long at all. Not long at all. Okay. So we're going to try to get some good tones out of this. All right, so here's one thing I like to do. I'm going to keep talking about it because it doesn't seem to change, so I'm just going to keep talking about it. The Mercurial Audio cabinet section is super... It needs work. And I told them this. I sent them an email just with my thoughts and said, listen, guys, like you got to fix that cabinet section because that's right now it's drawing a lot of not great attention. Now do we have more IRs for this? No additional IRs added for the Ubersonic, which is interesting because there are 2 Bogner amps and there are no Bogner cabinets, which is a problem for some people because those 2 things tend to like to go together quite some. So I'm actually just going to load my own IR so we can go through maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Do you guys want me to load an IR? There's some good IRs in here. Don't get me wrong. There's some great IRs. It's okay. Yeah, the cab section is so old. It's really old. Like, they're using the same cabinet section that they used for their original first few plugins. Like, you can't do that in this. You can't do that in this industry and expect to stay afloat. You can't. No matter how good your amps are, it doesn't matter. Even if you're thinking, well, people are just using their own IRs anyway, it doesn't matter. You still have to provide. It's got to be more going on here. It's just has to be more. And if you're going to put the work into modeling all these amps impeccably, I might add, they model amps really well at Mercurial Audio. It's so well. They really do a great job of making sure everything is modeled correct. And for that, I appreciate them. But in this case, it's a bit irritating because we're working with an amp in this situation that really, really likes having that matching cabinet. All right, so that's going to be the tone we're working with for now. No pedals yet. That's pretty cool. 7 people in the house. Nice to see you. I appreciate you. I'm going to do both. Yeah, I'll switch around. I'm using an angled cabinet right now, although I could go get a Bogner. I can't think of my favorite Bogner IR pack off the top of my head, though, so I have to think on that. Sounding pretty tough, sounding pretty tight, but it could use a bit of an overdrive. So let's see what we got for overdrive. Same selection as before, and the selections are very, very solid. There's nothing wrong with the selections they provide. So I really like the Greed Smasher. Let's check that out. So essentially, there's a big difference between the Ecstasy and the oh my god, and the Ubersonic. Sorry, big differences. One amp is a little bit more simplistic. The other one is very much not. It's very much not. Euphoria is the Ecstasy in here, and it has all the trimmings, all the different switches, all the different stuff. And if you are wanting something a little bit more stripped down, straightforward, this is going to be your bag, as I've been told. I cannot express with words how disappointed I was when I saw it was not the newer Ubersonic MK2 Ultra. I saw the email and was already going for my credit card. Well, I mean, that's you, right? Some people are under the way of thinking that they would. I mean, there's a lot of fans of the Classic too, right? Also, probably a lot cheaper to get your hands on if you're a developer. Maybe, I don't know exactly, but there's going to be fans of both, right? And they had to kind of probably went with their gut on that, and a lot of developers do. So the thing is, if it's such a popular amp, though, this new MK2 Ultra. By the way, that sounds like a weed. It sounds like a strain. We'll say that. All right. So what's everybody up to this weekend? This is my weekend of freedom. I'm going to watch what I do every single year when I have the last day of work at the school. I like to watch Dazed and Confused and get myself dazed and confused and just hang out and eat munchies and maybe eat a Panzerotti or something. I think that's going to be the bag. Not a standing stream today, guys. Sorry. I literally spent all day moving and I just don't want to move anymore. I don't want to stand anymore. Here's the thing. I don't have any actual hands-on experience with the Ubersonic. I don't even actually have a lot of research experience with the Ubersonic. It's not really an amp that's ever been like, for me. But there are a lot of plugins that do take on the Ubersonic. Several, in fact. There are many of them out there that take on the Ecstasy or the Ubersonic. And one that takes on the Shiva, actually. And while the one from Audio Assault that does the Shiva used to be just not usable for me at all. It was like there's like 3 moving blankets over. It was dull. It was not inspiring. The new version in their Amp Locker plugin is pretty awesome. It's actually all of the old stuff. Audio Assault has done a good job of improving all the old stuff. It's pretty awesome. Suffering a massive ear infection, almost deaf in your left ear. Shit. So yeah, great weekend ahead. You know what? That sucks. I've had ear infections before, and I just got over, well, I'm not fully over it yet, but for the last 3 weeks, I've had a completely stiff neck with a pinched nerve, like a very significantly pinched nerve, as I was told by my massage therapist. And it took 3 chiro sessions and 2 kinesiology massages, which are not your average massage, by the way. There are elbows involved in that shit. and we did it though, and it was and it's finally feeling better. So I know it completely smoked 2 weekends. So I feel you on that one. Get well soon. I hope that I'm guessing you're probably putting in eardrops and such. And ear pain is one of those things that there are certain pains that I don't care how big, how tough you are. I'm not saying that Mark is the biggest, toughest guy in the world or anything like that, but I'm saying you could take the mountain, you know, that dude, the mountain, what is his name? I don't know. Thomas, what's his name? Thomas is well acquainted as he has done some filming of strongman competitions. That's pretty cool. So anyways, that dude, you could be that dude. And if you've got tooth pain, if you've got a pinched nerve, if you've got ear pain, if you've got severe back pain, it doesn't matter how tough you are, how big you are, how many muscles you have. You are instantly squashed down to just a mere mortal, because we all feel there's certain pains that I feel like just all of us, doesn't matter who you are, you feel it real hard. And ear pain is one of those things. So I hate to hear that. It's pretty good. Sorry, it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know, like, if I love it. I don't know if that I've ever really loved the Ubersonic, but I think it's a cool amp. There's a couple takes on it, I believe, from STL Tones. You can go check that out. It just seemed like a really good tuning to play Metallica, does it not? Oops. I can't play it anymore. Ah! Ah, damn it. All right, I'm going to play a Metallica riff. If you know what it is, I'm just going to take me a second. It's a rhythm guitar riff. You don't actually hear that often, but if you're out there and if you've seen a certain documentary, you'll know it. So I'm going to hang on a second. Let me think. There we go. Anybody? Been a while since I played Metallica riffs. It's weird that Metallica was like I would wake up in the morning, literally first thing in the morning, and I would just start thinking about Metallica. You remember that age when you first got into metal, when you're like, you know, some of us it was 8, some of us it was 5, some of us it was 11. For me, it was 11 years old. I remember like it was yesterday, the first time I heard Metallica. I used to get up and just start thinking about Metallica. I would just listen to Metallica all day, dream about ESP and EMG all day. The fact that I ended up becoming an EMG artist and knowing their people like that is just still to me. I have to just pinch myself occasionally and just be like, wow, like that's the same company that I used to dream about when I was a kid. So for me to not know any Metallica riffs anymore, it's been such a long time. That's Unforgiven. You're correct. But where am I thinking of? Where do they play the riff like that, where it's very prominent, where you can hear the riff, just all you can hear is... Oh, this is starting to sound a lot better. I'm digging on this now. We can get some really nice Metallica sounds here. This is a nice thrash amp. I didn't really thought about the Ubersonic as a thrash amp, but now I'm really thinking about it now. Yes, Chazman, we still have hope. Spain today, good luck. Your group has the 3rd place to go through, right? Yeah, man, you know what? I gotta say, I said something the other day with the wife in the room, and even she had to probably double take. I'm a massive Blue Jays fan. I like to watch a lot of Blue Jays. And we were watching the Jays game, and I audibly said, I'm going to turn off the Jays game to put on World Cup. Now, anybody that knows me does the math and say, wait a minute, did you just say you're going to turn off baseball for soccer? Football, sorry. It is what it is. You can't shit on us for calling it soccer because it's how we were raised. Football is something different. Thank the Americans for that. Could have called it anything else, right? Could have called it anything else. Called it fucking football. Not the most, and I'm not hating on our American friends, but that is that's a seriously American move. It is. All right. You're going to get out of the World Cup in a few hours. Which country, sorry? Uruguay. Yeah, you're screwed. You're playing Spain. You're fucked. How about fucking Netherlands out there, folks? You got to give the credit to the Netherlands. It's like when they got their jerseys made and they went to the jersey place and the jersey place was like, so you want them orange? And they're like, yeah. How bright would you like the orange? Yes. Just, it's bright. It is burnt retina orange is what I'm calling that color. It's the craziest color. And I want a guitar in that color so bad. I really do. All of the sudden, it fucks with your eyes, that color. It really does. I love it, though. It's fantastic. Trying to think of some Metallica riffs that I won't butcher. Which Metallica riffs will I not butcher? What's the other part? Go to hell. I love that riff. When I first heard that he did that and went with that. That's a tough riff though, man. And it does sound like, it does kind of sound like. This is good Metallica tone. Why has James Hetfield never used an Ubersonic? Or has he? And I just don't know about it. He's used a lot of amps. Not a fan of soccer so much, but I do support Mexico. Wife is a Chicana. Cool. You know what? I do support soccer because I support soccer, but I'm going to be honest. They need to do two things. Just two. There are a lot of sports that have been very old, but had changes made to it to make it more watchable. It just happens. Now, one, and we're not going to turn this into a World Cup chat, but we can, though. It's a guitar hang. Here's what I'm going to tell you. No sport ever, anywhere, any place, I don't care what the sport is, how serious it is, what professional levels of it. I don't care if we're talking about 5-year-olds playing it or 55-year-olds playing the sport. There should never, ever be a tie in sports. Ever. Not ever. The idea, I'm sorry, but the biggest turnoff I've ever witnessed in soccer, football, is when you watch a game and you watch it for 90 plus minutes and it is a tie. 0-0. What the fuck? And then you get these teams that score 2 goals and then they just start kicking the ball around in their own end for 45 minutes. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, this is not fun to watch. That's one thing that needs to change. They need to find a tiebreaker. I don't care if it pisses off the traditionalists and the purists. Find a tiebreaker. They did it for almost every other sport, and it worked out just fine. People hated the shootout in hockey. It worked out okay. People hated the new extra innings rules in baseball. It worked great. Games are no longer 24 innings. I'm just telling you. Gotta do something to make soccer more watchable in the sense that one thing, just make sure, that's all I'm asking. Make sure there's no ties. Don't care. You can leave everything else the same because everything else about football, soccer is rad. I'm not the hugest fan, but I'm telling you, figure it out. I don't care if it's a shootout. I don't care what they do. Figure out a way so there is never a tie, as there should never be a tie in any sport on the face of this earth. Ever. Yeah, but they're just children. They can tie if they need to. It teaches them. No. Let's just teach people from a young age that every sport and every game should have a winner and a loser. That's it. I don't care what a game it is. Anyways, that's what competition exists for. That is the definition of competition. Finding out who's better at something. Am I wrong here? Is that not the reason we compete to begin with? to find out who's better at what. You cannot find out who's better if there's a tie. The end of my old man. That's not even an old man rant. It's just I want to watch. I need an ending. I need a payoff. Apart from that, I feel soccer is fucking awesome. The field, maybe a little too big, but it's still pretty rad the way they move the ball around the field. I love it. So I'm going to be talking about the World Cup a little bit here and there because I know there are a lot of nationalities, a lot of people that live in a lot of countries that watch us, and I would love to. I'm not cheering for anyone. I am Canadian. I know Canada's not going to win. I'm not stupid. So I'm just hoping for a good show of sport. That's all I'm after right now. I pick somebody that I want to win at the start of the game, and then I cheer for them for the game. That's it. That's all. I don't cheer for both teams. I'll find somebody I want to win, and I will watch it. I will cheer for somebody. I don't care who it is. Yeah, so that's me. Slap fight at the 90-minute mark. I don't care what it is. American football has the occasional tie as well. My opinion, overtime in soccer would not work because it's slow, right? You have to find a way to speed it up. That's it. And it would have to come down to penalty kicks. Figure it out. 5 penalty kicks apiece. That's it. I don't know. Do it the way hockey has done it. The shootout has revolutionized hockey. When I was a child, hockey still had ties, and I used to hear every time there was a tie, my old man would fire right the fuck up. This should not happen. There should never be a tie in sports. Just never. Your wife gifted you a 5-string bass so you can't stop using MIDI, so I can stop using MIDI bass? Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. That is the way to do it. MIDI bass. I'm not going to call it for lazy people. I don't know. I'm just teasing, guys. Actually, it takes longer to program the bass than it would for me to play it and write a bass line. I don't know. I say get a bass, especially if you're using software drums, folks. If you're using software for drums, do not use software for bass and drums. It's going to sound too robotic. It's just gonna. It just does. It sounds too robotic. It's way too clipped to the grid. It's just, even unless you're using the pre-made MIDI, where the pre-made MIDI, like you guys know the pre-made MIDI where it's actually played by, and there's different velocities and stuff like that. But I just really feel like if you're using software drums, a really good way to help trick the listener is by using a real bass. You can really trick the listener more if you've got some really great drum software. You put a human bass player with that rhythm section, and it instantly I've tricked many a listener with software drums, and part of that is the bass, because the bass can still be human, a little bit looser, and that way the whole rhythm section is still tight, but it's not robotic tight. So just my opinion. This is really growing on me throughout the stream here. I just want to play Metallica riffs, but I'm realizing that I just don't know enough of them anymore. Danny just played it correctly, you moron. If you didn't know this, and unless you're a real Metallica fan, I guess you probably wouldn't, but if you need to see, even if you're not a Metallica fan and you're just interested in how things are recorded and studio stuff and whatever, I would strongly urge that you watch Year and a Half in the Life of. In fact, I believe I used to watch it the day or the weekend. It's one of the things I used to watch all damn summer. And so I think we're going to pump that as well as the Pantera home videos this weekend and have some fun with some music stuff to get me inspired. But if you've seen it, you'll know that Sad But True has that one part that goes. That part. That's actually recorded separately. And they actually found an entire guitar tone using all bunches of different things. Maybe it's available. I don't know if do you think I'll get in trouble for watching it? Tell you what, guys, just right up here, real quick, type in James Hetfield God Sound. James Hetfield God Sound. And it'll go straight to that clip from that documentary. So I want you guys to check that out because it's really, really, really interesting. And it's something that I think all of us maybe don't think about doing anymore. Is just for the chugs, just having a whole different tone that's really aggressive just for your chugs. And where in that song, you have one guitar that's going. And then there's one guitar that's just going. Something to that effect, it seems like. That or they double the. Either way, you got to go check it out. Watch it because it's super interesting. And it's just seeing how a professional band. I think they were the first band to ever spend $1 million on a recording. I could be wrong about that, but I believe they were one of the first bands to spend $1 million on an album. And you can see where that money went because they just lay around lavishly in one of the most expensive studios on the planet and just kind of do their thing and throw down. I emailed you a pic of my bass, Tyler. I'm glad you said bass. Just kidding. It's an Indian Vina, aka IYV. Interesting. I have not heard of this brand. Vic Audio apparently doing a guitar. That's pretty sweet. Gonna be a new guitar coming to the channel here soon as well as I don't know if I mentioned it or not. We can do the LTD Phoenix 201. I recently purchased one of these right here, and it's on back order though. This was a very affordable guitar, very meat and potatoes. I'm going to use this for testing a billion bridge pickups. I'm going to test so many bridge pickups with this guitar. It's going to have bridge pickups just coming flying in and out of it. And it was very affordable. It's a neck through, not a neck through. It's a glue on. But it's not a bolt on neck. And I think this might be a real hidden gem. Like I said, the price is insane for this guitar. Not as you can see here. That's Canadian, by the way. So it's going to be a bunch less. I think they're about $7 US. And I'm very anxious to see cat hair. I'm very interested to see how this rocks. I've got the first pickup that's going to go in it is going to be a Tim Henson Fishman Fluence, I think. I'm not for sure on that just yet. Yeah. You know what? Also, I have to say, some people are just traditionalists because they fear change with sports or anything they like, right? Just think of us all, like a band we really love got a new singer or got a new guitar player or started trying a new sound. A lot of us, speaking of which, Metallica. Do you remember when Metallica released Load? I sure fucking do. Remember when they cut their hair short? I sure fucking do. And everybody in the world started calling them posers. And they made it back from that just fine. And they kept their fans just fine. But still, some of us just fear all kinds of change. And especially when it comes to our beloved sport. Especially because tradition, you don't fuck with tradition. Well, they fuck with tradition because guess what? It's not 1900. It's not 1901 anymore. You know what I mean? You have to look at it. When the rules for a lot of these sports were made, they were made in an era that had a very different demographic of viewer. You know, like a lot of Canadians were real angry when they seemingly made some rule changes to the NHL to increase the American viewership. But guess what? Some of those were right. I'm never going to want the goals to get bigger or the goalie pads to get any fucking smaller because people are going to die. But, the shootout was great for hockey. And stopping the hooking and all the different impeding penalties, those were all great. The new game is awesome. I could use some more fighting though, to be honest. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, fuck yeah to this one. Great job, Mercurial Audio. This one sounds great. It's fun to play. It's got a nice natural scoop to it. I really can't comment too much on the authenticity because I'm not a big Ubersonic guy, but it sounds awesome. And Mercurial Audio usually, pretty much never puts out an amp that doesn't sound authentic. I don't recall them ever doing that. In fact, everything you'll find in Ampbox sounds a lot and dials in a lot like the real deal. A lot of these things, a lot of the amps in here I am familiar with. If you're curious, by the way, let's go through the lineup here. This is Euphoria. This is the other Bogner. Fucking Bogner! Saying Bogner in your best Boston accent also fucking liberating. What if we combine everything? Look at them. I can't do it. Look at them fucking knobs on the Bogner. I mean, I'll laugh all by myself on that one. I don't know why. And this thing, I'm telling you right now, before you go fucking around with this one, you may want to go read the manual of the actual amp itself. It'll help you to figure out all of these different mini switches and mods and all the different things that are going on in here. It is a lot. I had to get Bo to explain all of these controls to me because like I said, I'm not a big Bogner guy. And then I went and read the manual. And you cannot underestimate the importance of the original manual for the original piece of gear that's being modeled. Because if it's anywhere close to authentic one-to-one, or even close to one-to-one, anywhere even in the ballpark of being authentic and accurate, that original manual is going to could come in very handy. The original settings, a lot of different settings. Some of those manuals will give you some ideal settings. Those manufacturer settings from in there actually will play out pretty nice, usually, if it's authentic. So do make sure that when it comes to an amp that's a little bit, don't do it for the 5150. But when it comes to the more complex amps, like maybe your Mark series of amps and the rectifier and a bunch of anything that's got lots of tone shaping controls on it, ideally, I think you really want to know exactly what those switches are doing. Because if you don't, then really engaging it is just changing the sound. Ideally, it's kind of nice to know what does switch do so that I know what it's doing, not just what I hear it doing, but what it's actually doing inside the amp itself. Very important. So never ever, don't shake it at it, because a lot of plugin manuals don't always go over things super thoroughly, whereas the original amp manual is going to come with a very, very in-depth readout on what all of these different switches and settings do. Super light too. You talk. Hold on a sec. I'm just getting a new guitar. Really cheap Chinese Strat. Don't get sued, brother. Does it look like a Stratocaster? Fender gonna sue you. Can you imagine? Ton gets sued by Fender, like 46 years from now. They're planning on suing everybody, even you. I'll play my knockoff Strat all day. As far as pickups for it, Ton, I might actually even have some older Strat pickups laying around that I will just give you. I could just give you. You have to pay shipping though. 13 people now. It's nice to see everyone. We're just hanging out with a few different amps from Ampbox today. We're going to do about as many minutes as I can handle, because this is our first actually hot day today. And when it comes to hot music, I am a hot mess, usually. I am usually an absolute hot mess. Ooh. That sounds pretty good. I want to point out that Spark here does not replace the original Spark plugin. So if you have the original Spark plugin still, keep it, because it's still one of the best Marshalls that will ever be made, in my opinion. Marshall plugins. This is a different bag. This is not the same. They call it Spark Lead Series, but it is not the same. It's not the same. There are several differences between the two. One has 4 amps, one has 3 amps. There's different settings, different mods, all kinds of different things. So if you have a chance to get the original Spark plugin, make sure you get your hands on that if you enjoy Marshall sounds. By the way, today I'm using my LTD EC1000. And it's a very fun guitar to play. I wanted one forever, grabbed one earlier this year, and got it used. And the pickups are Zed Labs. And if you've never heard of Zed Labs, Z-E-A-D, wonderful human being named Marco over there that will take good care of you. Check out Zed Labs. He makes guitars. He makes pre-wired pick guards. He makes just about everything. Anything you ask him to build, he might actually build it. He built me a Jimmy Page wiring harness at one point as well. And if you've ever seen the Jimmy Page wiring schematic, you'll know that it is not an easy one. It's not easy, and I don't even know how anybody came up with it to begin with. You've got 4 push-pull pots. Shit is wired to every different way and every different thing. I tried on my own, and I failed miserably to do that wiring, so I had to get a wiring harness for it built. Lo and behold, it showed up, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it sounded. So, just so you know, Zed Labs can make you some really cool stuff. Yeah, dude, you haven't done, man, I gave you shit about that guitar for about 4 seconds. And then I saw it and I'm like, never mind, dude. Never mind. And it's also, you showing me the 401 was part of what inspired me to buy, to have confidence to buy something from the 201 series, because the 201 series is supposed to be a bunch cheaper, but I don't know. This guitar looks like it's got everything I need anyway. So let's see what happens when it shows up. I did go to my local pawn shop and they had an Epiphone Prophecy Matt Heafy SG for like 400 Canadian dollars, which is, that's next to nothing for that guitar. It's worth like $1,200. I took a really, really long look at it and decided, no, no can do. Like I said, it's not the same Spark, but it's super good. There's two Marshalls in here that both sound super good. You have an Angle E530. You have a Mesa Boogie Triaxis. You've got an amazing sounding dual rec. You have a 5153 stealth stealth version and original. You've got as I mentioned, another Marshall that is absolutely wicked. You have two Fender Tweeds. You have an unbelievable Soldano SLO 100, and the BST. Oh, sorry, that's bass. Yeah, it's bass. Yes, and the BST 7 Pro is, of course, bass. So it does have bass stuff in here as well. Are there bass in IRs though? I don't want to look right now. I'm liking the IR I'm using. But is it the same way when people ship you pickups? Do they not just tax you right in the you know what for it? Because I know I sent a pickup to somebody in Europe. I can't remember which country in Europe it was now. But apparently when that pickup showed up, was it Italy? I can't remember. I've shipped things everywhere. I shipped it and the guy, it was like $100 pickup. I billed it as with $100 worth. It wasn't any a big deal, and he got charged. It was like almost 100% taxes of some sort on it, and ended up having to pay like $90 or $80 or something like that. And I'm just like, that's not fucking right. I don't understand that. This is a phenomenal sounding 800. Holy shit. That's a great punk rock tone. Man, I was so excited. It is the summer concert season on YouTube, and if you're not aware, there is a company called Art Concert. Arte Art Concert, and they do a lot of festivals, and you get a lot of artists for $0 fucking dollars. A bunch of them don't do the live thing. Like, artists seem to opt in and out. It seems like you'll have like 5 or 6 artists a day that opt into this live thing, and then the rest of them either don't get filmed at all, or they get added after the fact once things have been edited a little bit more accordingly, I guess. Last weekend was Hellfest in France, and holy shit, the lineup was insane. I got to just wake up and watch rad fucking live bands all day long. Summer Breeze is coming. That is an amazing festival in Germany. I wish I could go to it. It seems like it'd be a rad time. It seems like in Germany there's a music festival every weekend. Somewhere in Germany, there is a music festival every single weekend. every single weekend. Last weekend, there was also the Southside Festival in Europe as well, and we watched pieces of that. Man, it's how spoiled are we? I can remember. I'm not so old that like I remember back in the day when we didn't have TV. You know, it wasn't like that. But I can remember not that long ago. If you wanted to see another, like a random band you hadn't seen before, you needed to buy a VHS bootleg. And there were some real good ones and real bad ones. And I would meet lots of bands that would be selling bootlegs. They would film other bands they were on tour with and then sell bootlegs of VHS tapes of all kinds of things. And I had quite the collection. It got stolen years later, unfortunately. I had a collection of about 200 bootleg concerts. But that's what you had to do. You couldn't watch it live. Can you imagine, though? And now I can wake up in the morning. I woke up the other morning and watched a 45-minute Lagwagon set with my breakfast. For free in 4K or whatever, 1080. It's high quality. I was shocked. So you guys need to check that out. Which festivals are you stoked for? Is there festivals that are live streamed that I don't know about? I know there's Bloodstock. I know there's a number of other ones. Tell me about the festivals that I need to know about. As long as it's got live footage, let me know what I need to watch. Okay? You are my ears out there. There's also the Freak Valley Festival. Freak Valley Festival seems like a great time. Last year or the year before, they had Monolord and a bunch of it seems like a doomier atmosphere. I love it. No one is saying a damn word, and man, you guys are a tough room today. Now, if we want to make it angry, we can do that too. There was a guy on a stream a little while ago that was saying that Marshalls aren't good for metal because they can't do high gain. Boy, did the chat jump on that quickly. What do you think the Fortin Nameless is? What do you think the Fortin Nameless is? Do you think that is a completely original Fortin creation from scratch? Or do you think that might be sort of Mike Fortin's take on a modified Marshall? Marshalls are one of the best sounding metal amps out there if they've been modified, especially an 800s, plexis, all those. They can be modified to sound all kinds of different ways. And there is hopefully a plugin coming this year that does a whole lot of the mod thing. But in the meantime, there are a number of others that do the mod thing really well. Likely also this one. The other version of Spark is pretty cool because it lets you add 6L6 tube voicings to all the Marshall amps in the suite, which is really, really nice. The Tim Robertson in the house. Tim, I have a link to send you today. Oh, yeah. Are you on Win or Mac? Again, sorry, is it Windows? Brother, I have something to send you. Finally, I couldn't send it to you before because there was no file in it. I went to send it and I was like, shit, there's no file in there. Now we're ready to go. I need some beta testers. So I'm going to send it to some trusted souls to beta test. And tomorrow, here, it's official. Tomorrow, here on the channel. It's either going to be tomorrow or Sunday. I have to figure that out. I know last weekend I said tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday, but the weekend filled up and I had a lot of pain in my neck. I just didn't want to do a stream. This weekend, it's happening. NAMM Universal 2 reveal is happening. The official reveal, a full stream. It's going to be a long stream. We're going to go over all the different features. We're going to go all through different stuff. There might be some bugs involved. We might find the odd bug. But it's just one of those things. We need to get it out. It needs to see. It needs to touch grass. It needs to get out of the house and touch some grass. So we're going to be doing that with, that'll be this weekend. So I cannot wait to finally unleash that upon y'all. I'm hoping to be back in Virginia next year so I can catch Maryland Death Fest. Marshals can't do high gain. Well, the entire metal community would like to like a word with you. Windows, great success. Nice. Very nice. The only thing that Marshall can't do is clean tones. Yeah, you're right. They don't really... Marshall doesn't do... the JVM. Does the JVM have a clean tone? I think the JVM has a clean tone. It's not bad. But yeah, it's traditionally not known. It's like Fender can do gainy tones too, but you know, I'd rather I'd rather hear it play clean, you know. It's whereas Vox is sort of in the middle. I like an angry Vox and I like a not angry Vox. Also, I like to throw in artist relations tips, as I am myself an artist relations manager. Now just at one company, but used to be. I've worked for, holy shit, lots of companies. And I would say I like to give our creators out there and artists, I like to give you guys tips. Here's a tip. When reaching out to a company for the first time, or pretty much ever, don't send voice notes. Don't send voice messages. Use your hands, use your thumbs, you type something out, okay? We're not about that. There's no AR manager on this earth that is going to open a DM or open up an email that has no words and just a voice message. That is what I got this week from a creator. No introduction, no my name is, just a voice message. And I was presumably supposed to play, in which I played the first 35 seconds of it, and it was this human being introducing themselves, albeit in a nice way, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to... Your first introduction should not be a voice message. Don't be fucking lazy. If you're too lazy to type, you're too lazy to create. That's all I'm going to lay that on you. That's not an old guy thing, and I don't care if you're used to sending voice messages to everyone, etc. Just use voice to text then. You know what I mean? But check it for spell check the damn thing, okay? I like to help. And by the way, if you're a creator and you would like to work with me at all, please do email me, theampsimuniverse@gmail.com, and I can hook you up with a bunch of different companies. If you're a creator and you're motivated, that's the other thing. This creator also had content that looked and sounded awful. It was all cell phone. If all you're bringing to the table is cell phone videos, cell phone audio, it's not going to work out so good. You got to look around. You got to see the status quo. Good quality video, direct audio with a mix. You got to learn how to do some things. You can't just throw your cell phone camera out there and do some wheedly deedlies and hope that people are going to give you free stuff. Ideally, we are looking for people to present the product, right? In a good way. So if you're going to present the product to do that in a good way, you have to have direct audio. At very least, has to be direct audio. Okay. Two cheap LED lights. That's all I use. My lighting's not at all good, but most creators only use a few cheap LED lights that'll cost you less than $50 these days. They are so cheap for like a pack. You can get a big old pack of these LED little rectangles or rings, and they are very affordable, very cheap. Camera, not that expensive either these days. Okay, you can get a decent quality webcam for a pretty good price these days. That's a good start. Okay, but if you don't have direct audio, it's very likely that your email is going to go to file 13 and you're probably not going to hear back. Okay, you got to care if we're going to care. And the creator got quite angry with me too when I said that the content just wasn't going to pass our criteria. But you know what? I've got stuff from this company and this company. Cool. Then you should email them for more, because until you meet the criteria, I don't care. I just want to know. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care how many subscribers you have. What I'm looking for is quality. I don't care if you have 12 followers. 12 followers. If you have a good quality video, direct audio that sounds, like you're working, I'm going to hook you up, because that to me is worth a piece of content churned out by somebody that's working hard, grinding. You know what I mean? That's what I like. That sounds terrific. So good. Does it sound as good as the original Spark? It does. They're just different. And if you're a Marshall enthusiast like I am, and like pretty much everyone on our team is, you're going to want to make sure that you grab both of them. I don't think, actually, no, never mind. The old Spark is no longer for sale, so never mind that. Which is kind of a bummer, right? The original Spark, There's the 34 mod, and then the other. Sounding pretty good. Sounding pretty good. I can't play that as fast as Dino Cazares can. 12 followers? What am I, Mr. Beast? I don't care, though. It's just about that. I just don't care about the amount of followers. Like, it's nice to have a big follower count behind when somebody reaches out. But if I look at that person's content and the mixes sound solid, their background looks okay, they're trying. I can tell with my eyes that this person is putting a lot of work into these videos. And you know what? Then yes, absolutely. Because what that does is you're like, well, if only 12 people are going to see it, why does it matter? That's not true. That's not true at all, because that person's video instantly is searchable. As long as they title it properly, do the proper tagging and some hashtagging, perhaps that video is, if someone does the search for hashtag, let's call it Aurora DSP, and that dude's video comes up in the search results, someone's going to click on that. They're not going to see immediately how many followers that guy has, or that girl has, or that human being has. They're going to see the content. They don't care. They just like, I want to know does this company make good stuff? Oh, look at this guy's video. It looks awesome. It sounds great. Maybe I'll buy that plugin, or maybe I'll go to the website. That to me, I don't care if they have 12 followers, because somebody searches it, it's available. You're essentially populating your search yourself by, it just works. It does. It works out nice especially when I work with newer creators. They're just eager to work. I love it. I love creators that want to work. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing anything crazy here. I'm just using an overdrive pedal and a Marshall with the preamp volume all the way up. This is not, and this is giving me some pretty good metal tones. I don't know. Marshalls are really also really great when mixed with other amps. They mix and blend well with Soldanos. They mix and blend well with Mark series amps. They mix and blend well together, certainly with rectifiers. You put a JCM 800 and a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier in, say, a quad track mix with 2 and 2, that is going to be a huge sounding mix, because you get one amp that is naturally very scoop sounding, then you have another amp that has a very uniquely voiced and very cutting mid-range that you can kind of adjust and top end. So the two amps work so well together in a quad track because they just fill each other in the right spots. You remember Steve Stevens' post? What was he posting about the guitar, that cool guitar he's got that folds up? Weird, eh? The original Spark, instant buy when you heard it. Yeah, it was. The original Spark is still, to this day, even though it's now discontinued, that plugin is still the, like, hands down beefarino best Marshall out there. It is sick, savage sounding Marshall. It's so good. The cabinet section, whatever, you know, it's the same one as this essentially. How's everybody doing? 11 people now. It's nice to see each and every one of you. If there's an amp in here that you'd like me to check out inside the next 20 minutes or so, let me know. I would like to go over to the tri-axis. We're going to go over to re-axis for a sec. And this is another one that I felt like the original standalone plugin sounded better. But that really is, again, this is very subjective. And if you've never heard of a tri-axis before, what a tri-axis is a giant silver box that Mesa Boogie put out that essentially put a bunch of Mark series sounds in a silver digital box. And it is a very, very good sounding preamp. However, it's also, as I've explained many times, it's also sort of infamous because it's long. It's very long. It's a double long, but it's also just a single space rack. Why wouldn't you just do a double space rack and do a shorter? I don't know. Not sure why. But anyways, tri-axis single space rack, and it's really long, so you can't buy the standard short space rack case for it. It'll stick right out the back, and you have to get the deep case. But then it sucks because you're surrounding it with other components that are generally shallow. So when you're plugging everything in, it tends to be a bit irritating because you're plugging some stuff in right here, and then you're plugging stuff in way up here, and especially if you have stuff on top and on the bottom of the tri-axis, you're like plugging and then reaching out and plugging and then reaching back in and plugging. It was really irritating. I had one for a little bit. The U5, yes, U530. We can do the U530 for you. This is one of my favorites in its original form as well. It is sick. And this is based on a component called the Angle U530, which was used by just about everybody under the sun at one point or other used a lot for touring. A lot for touring over the years. Let's see what we got. Hey? Oh, no. One bad note. I did it again. You know what it's supposed to be. If you know, you know. Can't play it for shit, though. Sounding pretty sick. Pretty sick, folks. Holy smokes. Speaking of sounding different, I went and I'm doing something. I'm going to do something different again. I bought these. These are the Zero Red in-ear monitors. Yeah. So I'm going to go in-ear. Check these out. Well, that's right. I put them in the bag. So next stream, I think, in the next couple of streams, I'm going to be using these. These are the in-ear monitors. Check them out. They're all tangled up right now, but I was going to use them today, but I haven't really practiced with them yet. When I say practice, you're like, they're monitors, dude. Why do you have to practice? Because things sounded different. I tried them once, and things sounded quite different than I was used to the things sounding. So I have to get used to it first. And I just found this sound. I want to be careful because I want to make sure that what I'm hearing, what I'm dialing in, I want to know that I'm hearing everything correct. And I just like when I'm streaming these giant cans, they give me some fatigue. Like they just do. Anybody that's had cans on for hours knows that they can start pushing on things. These are very comfortable and don't usually give me fatigue, but I find they're clunky as well for like the way things look. So I do want to at least try these in-ears and see how things go. Anybody else out there using in-ears? I got this recommendation from Tudor, by the way. Thanks so much, Adrian. We appreciate you. Our in-house NAM god. I'm gonna call him that officially. He's a NAM god. The guy is he just knows everything. At this point, I thought I would know more about NAM, but I'm one of those people that's just like we got all the smart people on the team. I'm definitely the dumbest guy in the room sometimes. Mark, it is sounding better. Your only ear is working good. It is sounding pretty good today, isn't it? It is. Ampbox always sounds good to me, but I really don't like the cab section. I'm just too picky with my cab sections, and I really feel like I just got to use my own shit when I use it. It sounds so fucking good. So good, dude. I'm just beside myself with how just completely rad this sound is sounding right now. Man, that is sounding good. Gosh. So this one's going to be going till about 6 o'clock today. And then I'm going to get moving with my my celebratory last day of work for 2 months. I'm on 2 months of holidays. I say holidays from my main job, but I'm still working basically full-time for Aurora DSP as well. And Flesh Rot is going to be coming out in a couple of days. Technically, it's sort of out now. It was a soft release. It's sort of out there. You can go buy it right now if you'd like. But we're doing the official launch on July 1st, which is Canada Day. And the official launch is going to be a lot of fun. I am going to be giving away a bunch of copies of Flesh Rot, and we're also doing a contest with this Heavy Earth that if you purchase the plugin, and again, this is a purchase-only scenario. If you purchase the plugin, you could win the real fucking amp. Legitimately. You could also win the real pedals that are inside. There's going to be a fun contest going out with Flesh Rot. You have the U530, but never had much joy with it. Really? Was good, just not great. Oh no. Yeah, dude. Use your own impulse response. I can, you know what, Tim? I'm gonna forward you one. I'm gonna forward you a really rad pack. I've already got it up on my drive, so I'm gonna forward you a few IRs that I really have a lot of success with. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. One of them is actually in the first NAMM Universal. It's the EGA 414 Hyperreal Mix from Dr. fucking Bonkers. Dr. Bonkers. Make sure you check out Dr. Bonkers Sound Lab. There's going to be a link in every one of our descriptions that goes directly to the EGA IR pack. Hell yeah, I bought the Flesh Rot Suite the week of the early access. Do you got the whole new build though? Like, make sure you do your 1.1.00 because there's the presets are in there now. Did you get the presets? Because I did 72 of them things. I did 72 presets, including the default preset for the new plugin. Very excited about it. Very happy about how it turned out. And I can't wait. I cannot wait till it finally sees the light of day. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The full release is a lot of fun, guys. But the U530 is something I've always had a lot of success with. It's one of my favorite plugins ever made. That, the Kazarog 1992, there's a handful. Fortin Nameless Suite, but the Mercurial Audio Spark and the Mercurial Audio U530, the original versions, standalone versions, were just unbelievable to me, to my ear. But again, it's something where you kind of have to use your own IRs. And in a sense, with the original, you had to use your own IR loader. You couldn't load your own IRs through their original loader, I don't think. So you just use your own loader. If you don't have a loader, grab Nadir. It's Nadir. It's free. Or you can grab, I believe, yes. I had to think about it there for a second. We have a free loader at Aurora DSP as well. Yeah, the preset sounds solid. Also, a giant barrel of artist presets with some pretty big names coming at you from this Heavy Earth, and some of their connections are going to be some of the names that popped up on my list. Some of the names that popped up on my list as for people that this Heavy Earth has given our plugin to. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I know of In fact, he sent me oh god, there's one human being with the flesh that currently has the flesh rot plug. I don't know if he's got it installed. I don't know if he's tried it, but there is a certain guitar player with the initials. Oh, there's a few guitar players with these initials, so you'll have to just do your own imagination, I suppose. With the initials MT, that is currently has the plug. I don't know if he's tried it. I don't know what the story is. He's a very, very busy guitar player. I'm assuming he's probably not tried it yet. But nonetheless, just the fact that this human has a plugin that I worked on is blowing my mind consistently. So it's pretty awesome. You like the Pulse 2 loader? Nice. That's also a good loader. There's tons of them out there for free or for very low cost. I always just suggest Nadir because it's the one I use, but there are a number of free IR loaders out there that are pretty good. Cabinetron is a great IR loader for anyone looking. Nice. I've heard great things about Cabinetron. I've heard that the new loader from Bogren Digital is also sweet. Unfortunately, I crashed it hard. I crashed it really hard by trying to feed it 800... What was it again? Can anybody remember how many IRs there actually was in there again? Is it 700 and something thousand? I can't remember. It's a ridiculous amount though. MT motherfucking Taylor Swift. No, it's not Taylor Swift. I got a small front full response. What is it again? Full. Damn it. What's FRFR? Full range, full response? Something like that. 800,000 IR files. I guess it crashed it. So what's our verdict? Folks, I want to hear from the chat on this one as well. What was our verdict on the Ubersonic here? My theory is, for some strange reason, this gives me all the Metallica vibes I could possibly want. I don't understand how it sounds so good for Metallica stuff, but like... Yngwie Malmsteen. No, but you know what? I don't give it long. I don't give it long before Yngwie Malmsteen has a signature plugin. I feel like somebody's gonna pull on that chain, and he likes money, right? No, I don't like fucking plugins. No, I don't eat fucking donuts. We're gonna see that this weekend. Can't wait. We're gonna watch some Pantera home video, maybe a little year and a half in the life of Metallica. And definitely some Dazed and Confused tonight. I cannot wait. My summer starts now. So you guys are going to be seeing me a lot more for the next 2 months. We're going to go to summer hours, which means you could see me any day, anytime. I'm just going to jump on and do stuff when I feel like it. And hopefully you guys are around. I'm not setting a schedule. It's just going to be one of those things where if you catch it, you catch it. Schedule. I don't want schedules in the summertime. I don't want. No schedules for me in the summertime. Thank you very much. Apart from certain volunteer obligations, I do not want a schedule. So I tried it one summer. It was a nightmare. It was a powerful bummer. So no schedule, but you're going to be seeing me a whole bunch more often. And I can't wait. It's going to be fun. I'm finally going to be getting at this pre-recorded stuff. But mainly doing the pre-recorded stuff for just one developer. I've kind of decided certain aspects of things that I need to kind of do in order to tread the waters in a neutral fashion. So the streams are always going to be neutral. They're always going to be just developers everywhere. But when it comes to the pre-recorded stuff, I'm going to be doing most of it, at least for the starters, going to be doing a whole bunch for Aurora DSP. So with that, I am going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You have no idea how much it means to me to come on here on Fridays, blow off, a week at work and just play guitar and hang out with you guys. It's always a good time. It's some of the best people I know and Some of the best people out there are in this chat, and you guys are all fun to talk to. You're all very knowledgeable, and just in general, it's a pleasant conversation. It's a pleasant time to hang out with each and every one of you guys for the 90 to 120 minutes. Please plan within the next 2 days. There will be a very large reveal for NAMM Universal 2. Finally, we got it to where it's ready. It's finally ready. A little baby boy. It's ready to walk off on its own. And so, yeah, that's going to be fun. Just plan for that. It's probably going to be in the 4 o'clock range somewhere. And I will see you guys then. In the meantime, Ubersonic and Deezer are both German. James Hetfield, we're treading those waters. Bogner are not German-made, though. Bogner are now, I believe, made in the States, or they have been for a while. No? I think they're made in Los Angeles. I could be wrong. I think they're made in California now. But yes, German engineering. I think it's Ludwig. Is it Ludwig Bogner? Is that his name? Either way, thanks again. Like and subscribe if we've entertained you today. If we've not entertained you today, no big deal. We totally understand that it takes a while to hit that button. Okay? So my challenge for you this time out is, go check out everything the Mercurial Audio has to offer. They have lots of freeware, and it's all really good. So check out all of their freeware. Check out Ampbox ASAP. It's a lot of fun to use. It's a great company to buy from. Mercurial Audio builds everything to win. All of it sounds great. All right? Thank you once again, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers. Enjoy!
Got to meet the hottie with the $1 million body. They say it's over budget, but you pay her just to touch it. Come on! Needs to hit the big screen and shoot a little love scene of Hollywood and college. She'd be gone before you holler. Come on! Every sugar daddy hitting on her all night long. Doesn't care about the money, she could be with anybody. Ain't it funny how the honey wanted you all